For our mindful moment today, wanted to share with you maybe an unexpected spiritual practice. I think a lot of times we think that spiritual practices have to be these still, calm, quiet things. And there is certainly lots of gifts to be found in the rareness of stillness. Maybe not as rare in our current time, but I also think there's a lot of spiritual connection with our Maker and our divine in play and in fun and in physical movement, exercise. I've recently kind of rediscovered bike riding because I think I'd forgotten that it can be really fun, that it can be this opportunity to engage my body and to get somewhere at a pace that allows me to see the world around me. And I think any of these kinds of activities, riding, walking, running, can be opportunities to zero in, to be deeply present, to be fully awake and alive. And I think when we do that, we can't help but notice God. Morning. We can't help but feel the divine presence when we engage in this way. Morning. And so I invite you to consider going on a bike ride, or if that's not available to you, a walk, but to set an intention for yourself that you just be deeply present in that moment and that you can have some fun with it. I think that's part of who we're created to be. I think there's something very spiritual about fun and about joy and about just doing the thing, not having any necessarily deep rituals or the solemnity that we associate with being religious or even being spiritual. It's not a thing we have to try to do. It's a thing that we are. It's a thing that's embedded in us. It's embedded in all that we are and do. It's embedded in the ways that we play. I think it means something that things bring us joy. Not just the fun of it, or maybe that's the point, is that it is just the fun of it, but that's part of who we're created to be in our fullness. The other wonderful thing about bike riding is that you can go somewhere. You end up in a new place, which is a beautiful metaphor and a beautiful opportunity and possibility, much like this life is. And there's all this opportunity for play. I've recently been trying to figure out if I can still ride with no hands, right? Let's see. When I was a kid, this was so basic, right? Hold on. I don't know. It's risky. Feels risky. I'm gonna try again. Get past these bumps. All right, here we go. Okay. Look. I'm doing it. Woo! So there's some inherent risk involved, right? And it's okay. Just get back up on the bike and keep moving. Worth the risk for the joy that comes with it. So I recognize with deep gratitude the opportunity I have to ride my bicycle to the beach and just so happens, it doesn't just so happen, I played it this way, that the sun is just about to peek over the edge of the horizon. And one of the gifts in this practice of writing is the beautiful scenery. And I'm hoping that we're going to get to the beach just in time for that magic moment. Morning. A few other people have discovered this magic moment. Let's see. All right, here we go. Almost there. Oh yeah, this makes it all worth it. Even if you don't live near the beach, I'm sure you can find some beautiful place. Whew, windy one. Here we are. This mindful moment isn't as much about specifically bike riding as it is do something you love, do something you enjoy that brings you joy, and just notice. Just notice. Gotcha. It's not that this moment in particular is sacred. It's that all moments are.